Hey guys, so today we are jumping into the May 2018 ArtSnacks box. And if you're not familiar with ArtSnacks, it is a monthly subscription. You can pay for it monthly for $24. You can do a 6-month subscription for $132, or you can do a year subscription for $240. And it's a little box like this. You get one every month, and it has a little sampling of different art supplies for you to try. So let's open this up and see what we got for the month of May. So each month you get a little card that tells you about the items in the box. You also get a sticker with their logo on it. Looks like mine got a little peeled up this time, but that's okay because I got plenty. You also get your ArtSnacks candy. So it looks like I got some kind of little thing of Smarties. And then you get your items and your tissue. It looks like I got a little something different. Ooh, they're telling us about some different kinds of lights. I already have one of those, but also really cool that they're advertising and they give you 40% off, but I already have a nice desktop LED light, so we'll put that aside. And then you get your little standard goodies and your tissue. It looks like I got a big thing of goodies today. So most of the time your stuff is wrapped up in here. If it's too large, it'll just be loose in the box. But it looks like they fit everything in the tissue this time. It's really big though. So I got a lot of things, or I got some big things. Ooh, very cool. Alright, so there's a sneak peek. Let's pull them away. So first thing we got is a Copic Multiliner, and I believe I've already gotten one of these from ArtSnacks. I want to say mine is purple. So this is a new product. It is the Copic Multiliner CS. Wow, look at the tip on that thing. Copic is making a mark with their new Multiliner CS. Calligraphy Small is what it stands for. Specifically developed for calligraphy purposes. It's got a nice, you can't see it, tip for calligraphy. Specially developed for calligraphy purposes, this pen has a 2mm tip that's ideal for intricate, detailed expressions. The black pigment ink is waterproof and Copic proof when dry, meaning it will not bleed when combined with Copic markers. Nice. You can't really see, you can kind of see the tip there. Very cool. So I do have a Copic Multiliner, but mine's just a very thin, fine line outliner. So this is really cool that this is for calligraphy. So kind of make sure down here it says for calligraphy. Double check that when you're checking them out. So let's see. Oh, I don't have it at the right angle. Hold on. So I'm really liking how this is writing. He's a small little guy though, so I don't know if you might have some issue with that. Like we talked about before, my hands are small, so using a small pen, that doesn't really bother me that much. So you would just kind of have to check it out for yourself and see how you feel about using this size. But I really like that. That was a nice surprise. I was not expecting it to be a calligraphy pen. Alright, next in our tissue is the Tombow Monograph mechanical pencil, and this is a fancy looking pencil. Shake up your sketches with the Tombow Monograph mechanical pencil. To extend the lead in this unique pencil, just jiggle it. Once you're done drawing, click the lock on the side to prevent accidental lead extension. This pencil also features one of the most popular erasers in Japan, the Mono Eraser. Twistable, refillable, and high performance, this eraser is the total package. And they've even got a video where you can go and learn how to use this mechanical pencil, which I kind of feel like we all might need. But I love the twist eraser. This is the second mechanical pencil I've gotten that's got the twist eraser, and I think that's a really, really cool feature. So if it says we need lead, we just jiggle it. which I did, and there's my piece. But you have to unlock it. I think you can see right here, it's got lead lock, and then it's got on and off. So I had to push the clip down to get the lead to unlock, and then when I shook it, I had a little piece pop out. Actually, it's a little bit, I wonder if I can shorten it. So let's have the lead lock off. Yeah, I can still, so if I push the lead lock off, I can push it back up in here and shorten it because it was a little too long for me and I was afraid it was going to break off. This handles really well. It kind of gets a little fatter and flares out here down at the end, so if you like holding it down at the end with my finger here, that's a nice feature. Alright, and our eraser is supposed to be really good, so let's try our eraser. So eraser's pretty good. Is it great? Nah. But it's getting rid of most of it because I don't feel like I was bearing down really hard. But you can still kind of see it on the paper. But I really like this pencil. So let's lock it. So with the lead lock on, you're not supposed to be able to do anything with the lead, so I can't push it back in or anything like that, and it's supposed to help keep it from breaking. So I guess if you wanted to, you could unlock it, push it back in like a lot of us do with our lead pencils, and then turn the lock on, and then you don't have to worry about the lead coming loose or coming out. And then again, to get the lead out, you turn the lock off, give it a shake, and then your lead pops out. That's actually really cool. So I'm going to turn the lock on one more time. I'm going to put that to the side. So next, so this is actually an eraser. I thought it was going to be kind of like a pastel. So this is the KUM Correc-Stick Eraser, and this is a staff favorite. It's all about control with the Correc-Stick Eraser by Coomb. Hold this handy tool just like a pencil and erase with complete accuracy. Thanks to its ergonomic grip zone and precision point, the high-quality durable rubber material also prevents smearing, so you'll achieve a clean erase every time. I love the shape of this. This is so cool. This is a nice surprise too, because I was totally not expecting it to be an eraser. So let's test it out. So it handles really well. It's almost, I want to say it's almost too short, because when I hold it down here, it starts to kind of fall down into my hand. So that might be, I don't know. I'm not sure how comfortable it's going to be once you start using it up, because this is going to kind of slip down into your hand here. And then also, you know, once you get past here, it's going to be, you know, a big piece of eraser. So then you kind of lose that fine tip that you had. So first impressions, I really like it. I don't know how well it'll do down the road once you start using it and shrinking it, but still really a neat idea. Alright, and this bad boy was the one that was taking up all my room in my tissue. So this is the Faber-Castell PITT Big Brush Artist Pen. Think big and draw even bigger. The Faber-Castell Big Brush Pen combines a modern brush nib with traditional India ink. India ink is pigmented very light fast. It can last over 25 years and waterproof, making it a popular choice among artists everywhere. Lay down full coverage as well as narrow detailed strokes with this versatile pen. So there's our narrow strokes and our big strokes. I like that it's got India ink in it. It writes really well. It's a good solid nib. I like the color that they sent me. It's actually a really neat surprise. This is a big guy. So these would be really good for kiddos who are working on their dexterity, because it's a nice thick marker for them to hold, so it'll be easier for them to grip than trying to color or work with something narrow. So I would definitely recommend this for working on dexterity. If you've got younger artists, this would be a really good coloring marker for them since it's nice and fat. And it also says it's waterproof, so let's test that out. I'm trying to think of one that I drew first. Let's do this. I drew these guys first. So holding up really well against the water. I don't see any bleeding at all. Alright, let's get this one. It's a little more recent. I see it bleeding a little bit. So again, if you're using this and you know you're doing mixed media work, you want to go back and add some watercolor or whatever with it, just make sure you've given it plenty of time to dry so you don't get any of this bleeding right here. And you can look and see it's actually coming completely off. So I totally lost the color right there. So just make sure you give it plenty of time to dry. Alright, last but not least is the Liquitex Professional Paint Marker 2mm. And I love this bright orange. Discover the vibrant, high pigment quality of Liquitex Professional Paint in pen form. The Liquitex Professional Paint Marker features water-based acrylic paint that can be applied on a variety of surfaces, such as paper, canvas, wood, metal, or glass. The 2mm precision nib lends the artist ultimate control and can produce multiple line thicknesses. To begin paint flow, give the marker a good shake, then gently press down the nib several times on your art surface. Be sure to replace the cap after use. Alright, so we got another one we got to shake up. So let's take the lid off. Look at that nice, beautiful chisel tip before we turn it orange. Alright, so this time I gave it an extra good shake because it usually seems like I never shake it up enough. So let's press the nib down. Oh, I see some orange coming down in there. I'm going to give it a chance to flow down in there because sometimes I think I get a little too impatient and I keep pressing it and then it ends up with too much ink. So I'm just going to give it a chance to soak in. It was right about it being fluorescent. This is a really pretty color. And so it says it's water-based, so let's get a brush. So I can kind of go in and dilute it a little bit. If you want to play around with this paint marker and water, so if you want to kind of test it out. So this reacts really well, and I always enjoy kind of messing around with stuff and see how it reacts with water and kind of test it and see how it reacts with some of the other supplies they sent me, because I think I told you guys before, I like working in mixed media, so I'm always interested to see what happens when I add water to something or when I mix it with something else. So really cool. Alright guys, that is it for the month of May. Final thoughts. I really like the paint marker. I'd be interested to kind of playing with it a little more and maybe getting some more markers and see how they work, blending them together and then adding water to them. I really like the Faber-Castell pen, and like I said, I think these would be really good if you've got kiddos that are budding artists, because this nice fat pen is good for them to work on their fine motor skills because it's easier for them to hold. I really like the eraser. I like the thought that went into it, giving it the nice ergonomic shape and the nice chisel tip. I am interested to see how it's gonna work in the long run once it starts to get a little smaller, because we talked about when I was using it, it would kind of slip down in here into the crease in my hand, which kind of felt uncomfortable, but still a really cool item. I love my mechanical pencil. I'm interested to kind of play around with this and drop it down in my bag and, you know, check out this whole lock and unlock thing with the lead. So I really like that. And my last thing, this was a really nice surprise, and I went and got my other marker just to kind of show you guys. This is what I thought I was getting, is I have this Copic Multiliner, and it's got a really nice fine tip on it. But it was a nice surprise to discover that this is actually a calligraphy pen. So if you enjoy doing lettering, calligraphy, I would definitely check this out and, you know, try it out for yourself. So this was a really nice surprise. Alright guys, that is it for this month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.